Okay, so here we go. Marvel Superheroes, the heroic role-playing game, includes the adventure Day of the Octopus. Actually, this version that I picked up actually has 2 copies of it in there. Nice little bonus. I think just the seller had his collection together and threw it all in one box, and he was like, here you go. And I was like, sure. Yeah, ages 10 to adult. I think I was about 12 when I saw this. No, 1984, I would have been 13. Yeah, pretty, box is in pretty good shape. It's got all our favorite heroes in the, I believe that's Jack Kirby art right there. And yeah, the box is in pretty good shape. Got some cool pictures on the back. It's got these cool maps too inside there. It's got 2 rule books. And it shows you character cards that they also give you, and a copy of the adventure right there, and a pencil and some dice. And that's pretty cool. Or rather, I believe that's something that's missing from mine, is the actual, I think that's a crayon that you're supposed to color in the dice with, because the dice are just, they're cast plastic dice, but they don't have the numbers aren't painted in there, so you have to actually use this crayon to color in all of that, and then wipe off the excess on the edges, I guess, and then you get your numbers. Wow, the technology, amazing. Yeah, CSR, blah blah blah. Anyway, I love this game. Love this game since I was 13. Let's open her up, shall we? Okay, and here we got something that didn't even, or maybe they did show you on the back, but there's counters, tokens for, I guess these ones are for NPCs. There's also versions of our heroes in there. Got the character cards, and as I said, this game came with 2 copies of this. Well, you see the character cards here. I mean, there's the thing, but he's also in there. This is just a duplicate. Yeah, I also got 2 copies of this Day of the Octopus adventure. Now this is pretty cool. It's got a cool picture of a classic picture of each hero. There's 8 heroes that you could play straight out of the book here. It's got their stat blocks like Wolverine, and it has their abilities, sometimes known as the face rip. As you can see, FASERIP, the face rip system. Fighting, agility, strength, endurance, reason, intuition, psyche. Now those are your, basically like, there's 7 of them instead of just 6 like D&D. But they're kind of like their ranks. Yeah, so it goes like typical, poor, good, remarkable, you know, and it goes up from there, and they've all got a number score associated with it too. Yeah, the battle book tells you how to play the game, and it's got the cool universal table on the back. I'll explain that later. And the battle book basically shows you how to play the game. This talks about what do you do while you're playing this game. While you're sitting there doing this, like Sally, Bob, and Jim there, but you're imagining doing this. You're Spider-Man and Captain Marvel. Yes, that's the old school Captain Marvel, or the 80s Captain Marvel. They're responding to a police call or an alarm, and the here's your trusty Bob. He's your game master. He's running the game for you, And he's rolling dice behind the screen to tell you whether you hit or miss or whatever. Then we got some bank robbers here, and you're back to Imagination Land. You're Spider-Man and Captain Marvel coming down to foil the robbery of the... they're stealing fur. How dare they? And then they celebrate. Yeah. This kid, what's his name? Jim. You know, he rolls. Gives you a little example. Captain Marvel's force beam slices through the hood of the truck, but two of the thugs are drawing weapons at Spider-Man and moving towards Spider-Man. I give them both a sock in the jaw. Yeah, you go, Jim. So he rolls the dice, and then it says here, "Nighty night, boys. Lucky for you, there was only two of us." And pa-pow. Well, that didn't really explain anything. Okay, but these rules do. It's kind of cool. It's got like Spider-Man pictures throughout. He's your narrator for the first section. This is like, yeah, what it's like to play as a superhero. Then it gets into the actual rules. You know, things like healing, karma. Karma is a cool concept in here. You get karma points. You do something good, you save people, and you get more points, and you can use those for like re-rolls, or to increase your rolls, or you can, I think in some cases you can actually get new powers, but if you lose karma, it's not good. There's some bad things, I can't remember. I'll have to read it again. Spider-Man picks up a chair, then he picks up a bus, and then he's like, you gotta be kidding. He can't quite pick up a 747, but he is pretty strong. That's a Volkswagen, I believe. Yeah. And here's like another little comparison thing. Well, we rank everything in this game, so it's like you're a weak little kid. All you can do is shred up a comic book. I'm Spider-Man, I can tear phone books in half. The thing is like, phone books, bitch, please, I can rip the phone booth in half. Of course, some people might not know what a phone booth is. Moving on the map. Yeah, they give you a really cool map with this game too. I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, weapons table. Here's the Thing explaining how to fight. He's the referee. Captain America and Spider-Man are going to have a little mock fight here. And they're fighting in a warehouse or something like that. Swing and a miss, Captain America. Ooh, I'm going to boot him in the shield. And it tells you, like, right below there, you know, what they're doing. They roll the dice and they compare it to the chart and stuff. Everything's done on this chart, the universal table. Everything's done on this table. But it kind of like, you know, the pictures explain it really well. One great thing about this game is they explained everything super well. And yeah, it did kind of talk down, you know, dumb it down a little bit for you. But, I don't know. I mean, hey, I was a kid, or 13 years old. I wasn't much of an adult. So I really dug this game, and I knew it was cheesy, and whatever, the comics are cheesy too. You got the Uatu the Watcher. Up for us, Watcher. So apparently he stands up on the moon looking down at us and watching us all. He doesn't do anything. He just watches. That's his job. But who watches him? Yeah, thanks a lot, Watcher. Fucking creep. Okay, then you got your campaign book, which goes more in depth about how to play the game, of course. Whereas the battle book, let's get the battle, you know, let's figure it out. This goes into like details of the rules. And if you want to play more than one game, you definitely have to read this. Actually, you should probably read it before you know. Power rosters. This is cool. Fighting. Yeah, cool. Okay, so Aunt May is feeble. She can't fight. Professor X can't fight. Not in the traditional sense, anyway. Even the Man-Thing doesn't know how to fight very well. He's strong as hell, but anyway, and then you got your typical Dazzler, can hold her own and fight. Human Torch, a little bit better. Storm's she's excellent. Spider-Man, he's superhuman, so he's remarkable. Wolverine is incredible. Captain America is amazing. And Valkyrie, monstrous. She can kick the shit out of Captain America, is that what you're telling me? You heard it here first, folks. And then there's Unearthly, Mighty Hercules. Yeah, so it does that, and it ranks like gives you little pictures of the guys. But it ranks all their like abilities. So you could, if there's a character that, say, doesn't appear on the, the cards that you get here, there's a hero you really want to play. You might be able to put them together with, their examples, or take a good guess at it and make it up. And whatever, you're wrong, whatever. Fix it next game. And there's that creepy watcher again. Whoa. He's totally watching us. Ghost Rider! Okay, vehicles, weapons. That guy again. Nice checking out Reed Richards. What you doing there, Dr. Richards? Oh, just stretching my arm all the way across the page and onto the next. Yeah. Some of this is kind of boring. This is kind of cool. It's about karma. Some of this is more detail than I probably would have used, actually. And this is only like 60-page rulebook, 50 pages. Pretty good though. We haven't even gotten to the character creation yet. Here we go. Man, am I getting sick of that guy. Yeah, it's about building your character. You decide on like an origin. It's got a little... If you want to draw a costume over top of this guy, then that's what that's supposed to be there for. You determine the abilities, and it gives you a whole list of different ones you can choose from. I don't think it's very limiting in what you can actually create. You just have to be able to classify it. And as I said, there's the whole karma system, which is, I guess, like experience points, really. But it kind of holds you to doing good, right? You have to be a hero. I mean, it's Marvel superheroes, not Marvel super chaotic neutral murder hobos like D&D. Anyway, yeah, so you do good things, you save people from bad guys, and you get karma. You can do even better at those things. And like I said, it came with this awesome double-sided map. Now let's see, maybe I'll pan out a bit, or rather just zoom around on the map and show you that. Pretty cool. It's got a little park, and these are buildings, of course. You're assumed to be in, like, there's, instead of the 1-inch grid, it's got rough 2-inch squares on here, or variable sizes or whatever, and basically that's an area. If you're in the same area as somebody, you can punch them. That kind of thing. Yeah, moving around on the map, super easy. Yeah, just this game in general is super easy, and I think it's super cool with the got your counters right here, and your character cards, and your dice. Okay, I want to be Captain America. That's me right there. I'm Captain America. He's amazing, incredible, excellent, remarkable, good, incredible, good. Wow. And he has 60 karma and 140 health. And he has a popularity of 100. And his resources are excellent. Unique weapon, talents. Yeah, basically, okay. Let's be Captain America. So I'm Captain America, I'm right here. I'm gonna zoom in. A brief little gameplay thing here. I'm Captain America. See where my arrow on my token is pointing? I'm in that area. So you can be precise. You can even just go, I'm on that street corner right there. And then suddenly, there's a car. Oh, you can't see it. Comes zipping by. And it's going to come right here. And it's going to almost... Well, their corners are touching. So that car is not trying to. But it's going to run over Captain America. Unless he makes an agility check. So what he does, he wants to dodge out of the way, and he's gonna flip up onto the hood with his shield, and you say, what the hell? And he's gonna, okay, so he's gonna roll. He's making an agility check now. So I'm gonna look at his agility. It's incredible. 40. It's incredible. And so red is 10. So I gotta, looks like a 23. 23, not good. Incredible, so 23. It's right here. Oh, it's a miss. Captain America gets smacked by the car. And I decided that it's going to do excellent damage to him. So that's 20 damage to Captain America. Look at his sheet. Captain America. Boom. He's still doing fine. He's got 120. He got hit by a car, man. Captain America is good. He's good to go. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I mean, you could be Captain America. You could be Spider-Man. Let's recreate that. Okay, car hit and run, or gets away. Let's go Captain America versus Spider-Man. I know I got a card for Spider-Man. So we got Captain America, Spider-Man. Got the cards on the side here, and that's why I'm saying that. Captain America, Spider-Man, and the cards. Okay. Captain America wants to punch Spider-Man in the face. That's going to be his action, his thing that he gets to do. So he's going to use his fighting, which is amazing. And he's going to roll the dice. And from here, that looks like a 33. 33. Weird dice. The numbers are upside down on there compared to most D10s I own. Anyway, so he gets only a 33. We once again consult our table. 33 all the way over to amazing. Oh, is a hit. Green. It's in the green. So we look down here, it says battle effects table. Fighting. So fighting is a hit. Doesn't do any additional effects, but it is a hit. So what that means, Spider-Man is going to take 50 damage. Spider-Man has 160 health, which is pretty good. More than Captain America, actually. But Spidey, now you're down to 110. What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to look at Spider-Man's card here. He's wall crawler with spider sense, web shooters. Here we go. Okay, that's what he's gonna do. Spider-Man. What are you gonna do? It's Captain America. You can't punch Captain America. Okay, you're gonna have to shoot some webs on him, man. Okay, so he shoots his webs with, I'm looking at the card off screen. I guess that would be an agility roll to shoot something. So that's gonna be amazing. Here we go, we're gonna roll. Go, Spidey, go. You're gonna web up Captain America. 45. Amazing. Okay. 45, amazing. Okay, amazing. 50. 45. Yep, it's in the green. That's a hit. So, what that does, it webs up Captain America. And he's incapacitated. America ain't going anywhere. There is, of course, miniatures you can buy for this game, or there were, rather, that were marketed at the same time, which were really cool, and I never did get them. Now if I want them, I gotta pay an arm and a leg off of eBay or Amazon or whatever, and I don't really want to do that. HeroClix are pretty cool too, a totally different game, but the figures are amazing, and sometimes you can find some really cool, like just, your typical ones, like Thor or Spider-Man or Captain America or whatever. Your really typical ones, and lots of villains too. I just don't care for the bases on those. I did like the game, but I never really got heavily invested in it, and maybe I'll get back to it one day. But I love the figures, and they work really well with this game, if you can ignore those bases. Anyway, so that's the map, that's the figure, that's the map, that's the counters, that's the dice, that's the game. It's pretty cool. It's I got it spread all over the table here. It's a great game. Tons of fun, super easy to play, super easy to learn. Kids can play this. It's Marvel superheroes. Apparently, in 2019, superheroes are still cool, and now that D&D is cool again, people are going to want to shift over to the role-playing side again of comic book heroes and that sort of thing. I sure hope so, because I really like it. In addition to the introductory adventure that they give you here, which is actually fantastic because it gives you tons of villains, tons of different type of stuff, and it's not just like minions and stuff you're fighting. You're fighting Dr. Octopus, Radioactive Man, Scorpion. Watch out, Radioactive Man. Not that Radioactive Man. Then you got the Beetle, the Fixer, Octodroid. And the Octodroid is a massively tall construct built by none other than Dr. Octopus. There's the Octodroid. Look at that. Cap's shield just bounces right off of him, does nothing. The thing's gonna swat him in the leg with a light post. And yeah, but he's Godzilla sized almost. Or Kong sized at the very least. Like classic Kong. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But you end up fighting villains and stuff. And so in addition to Day of the Octopus, they did release separately back in the day, modules, standalone adventures, usually with about 5 or 6 chapters of different encounters in each chapter. Anyway, I distinctly remember a game back in the day when playing this game, playing the X-Men module, the breeder bombs, and there was a rules dispute. Now it was just the GM, the game master. his younger brother and myself playing this game. So I don't remember which characters I was, because I think I was running more than one. But I was definitely running Rogue, the X-Men character, and there's a part in the module that says when a character makes an attack. Now I didn't know this till later, but it said when a character makes an attack, then they're unfortunately unable to make this attack because something else happens and they get like paralyzed or stunned or something like that. So my argument was I'm playing Rogue and I fly around a corner and the GM says, oh no, sorry, you're paralyzed and you can't do anything. And I was like, what the fuck, what are you talking about? Like, he said, well, you came into the room, you made an attack. I was like, walking into the room isn't making an attack. And we had like a rules kind of discussion here, and you know, it got very heated, and I was like 13 years old, right? So, and my friend too, highly emotional preteens or whatever, tweens, and yeah, I ended up saying, no, screw that, man, I'm not gonna play the game if you're just gonna, like, there's no chance to, you know, I don't get the chance to save or anything like that. And he got really upset and he ended up crying, and he just kind of like said, well, fine then, and he slammed down his book and he ran out of the room. And that was weird. And it was, you know, just me and his little brother watching him freak out a little bit, and he left the room and kind of turned to the little brother and I'm like, so how do you like this game? Anyway, speaking of, like, because I guess I was being a bit of a rules lawyer or rules dick or whatever, and I was being a dick, and yeah, I felt bad that it hurt his feelings. But anyway, the whole thing was about rules lawyering, and years later that guy actually became a lawyer. So super smart guy, and I just like managed to best him in an argument one time and he just couldn't deal with it. So hey, we were 13, man, I'm over it. Sorry, buddy, I'm not going to mention your name. If you're watching this, you know who you are, and I'm sorry. Anyway, Marvel superheroes. While it might not be D+daf, it is RPGAF,